Nickelodeon Movies began the decline of Nicktoon movies since Hey Arnold the movie, and then there were no more Rugrats movies. But can this next Nicktoon movie be a fresh slice of air? Well, it's without a doubt the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, based on the immensely popular TV show we all know and love, SpongeBob SquarePants. It should have been obvious that the TV show would have been named SpongeBob SquarePants, since it's a SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Let's move on. The story is about SpongeBob SquarePants trying to receive a crown that Plankton stole from King Neptune, and to bring it back to King Neptune. This time I found tons of facts, even more than Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, if not much more. The movie has been planned since either the year 2001 or the year 2000, but Steven Hillenburg kept rejecting until 2002. After Steven Hillenburg was watching movies like Toy Story and the Iron Giant with his kids, he found it quite a challenge. But aside from all of that, at first Steven Hillenburg didn't want to make a SpongeBob movie because he preferred to make animation on some short form. Unlike in a movie, he said, you can do a road trip on a short film instead. Then he came to the conclusion that he was gonna make a SpongeBob movie. When Steven Hillenburg accepted in mid or late 2002, at first, the plot was supposed to be SpongeBob rescuing Patrick from a fisherman, but then they later found out that that was a reference to the 2003 Pixar film, Finding Nemo. So, after a 3-month period in Glendale, California, the development was finished. As for the animation, the rough animation was done on post-it notes. And unlike the TV series, they made it more visually humorous than verbally humorous. Then, Rough Draft Animation in South Korea would do the animation also by making the film semi-digitally animated, with the lines drew on pencils. Hillenburg enjoyed the process of producing the animated feature. But there was one problem with the animation though. Is it any challenge? Not this time. Before we get to the problem, Steven Hillenburg actually said that the movie's visuals are better than the TV series visuals. And honestly, I have to agree with him. But despite of Steven Hillenburg enjoying the film's hand-drawn animation, CGI animation began to flourish around the time of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And yeah, considering that other studios like DreamWorks quitted on hand-drawn animation in summer of 2003 and Disney in spring of 2004, Nickelodeon was one of the last remnants of that medium. The film actually has some live-action bits, like in the very beginning of the film, and the part where SpongeBob and Patrick go to Cell City and the beach next to Cell City. And Nickelodeon made an $100,000 replica of David Hasselhoff. The music was composed by a guy named Giorgio Nasl. So he composed the music for the film. And during the production, SpongeBob SquarePants Season 3 was halted in order to make the movie. Sadly, in September of 2003, Jewel Engel unfortunately passed away. There was supposed to be a song in the beginning of the ending credits made by Wayne, but 10 times it said the F word, so they have to replace it with Ocean Man, another song made by Wayne. By the end of production, most of the old SpongeBob crew left, either due to creative washout or the urge to work on another animated television series. And all that remained was Paul Tibbett, the storyboard artist. And in fact, this was supposed to be the end. Plus, they have to hire a bunch of new writers, leading to a 4th season after the movie. And that eventually led to what a lot of people like to call a bad era for SpongeBob. But that's a story for another day. Upon release in theaters in November 19th, 2004, it did successfully. It got nominated for the Annie Award of Best Animated Feature. Oh, and the box office. It was another box office success, earning $140.2 million worldwide in the box office. And until its sequel, it became the highest grossing Nicktoon movie, only behind the Rugrats movie. As for the critics, they gave it positive reviews. Well, not too positive, but still, with a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 66 on Metacritic. And let's talk about the audience. They actually loved the film. And unlike most other movies made by Nickelodeon, it was actually one of the only ones to be loved by audiences. But despite of its success, due to the failures of Hey Arnold the movie and Rugrats Go Wild, it prevented Nickelodeon from further creating Nicktoon movies until 2015. Now, we're really getting to a lot of CGI. And not like before, we're literally getting to a lot of CGI. Well, after this movie, hope to see you in the Barnyard movie? Oh, the Barnyard movie. But where's the image? Barnyard and the original party animals.
Now every heifer, every cow holds tight.
Stories about a carefree cow named Artist who likes to sing and play and break the rules of the farm, but then he has to face a position of a lot of responsibility. This was one of the very few animated films to be made up of veteran voice actors, mostly. It also shares a few similarities with Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. They're both computer animated films, and they got their own spin-off television series. And were also both co-produced by O Entertainment. One of the characters, called Ben, was sadly killed by a coyote named Dag. And it's considered to be one of the saddest moments Nickelodeon has brought out. And the scene where Artist gives a book to the farmer, that book is Charlotte's Web, which became Nickelodeon Movies' next film. And no, not animated. When it was released in theaters on August 4th, 2006, the results were very debatable. The critics gave it negative reviews with a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 42% on Metacritic. But as for the box office, it did pretty well with an $116 million worldwide gross. And as for the TV series it spun off, it was called Back at the Barnyard, which ran from 2007 up to 2009. And I'm gonna stop talking about movies right here. Now that doesn't mean the entire documentary is over. It's just the last movie I'm gonna talk about in the video. In conclusion, those years were quite decent for Nickelodeon. Not as bad as like the early mid-2000s. But will Nickelodeon become even better the following years? Or will it just come back to its early mid-2000s state? Well, you'll have to find out in the next video. Before I wrap up this video, I just want to inform you that I made my own website, and I recommend you visit it. You know what I also recommend? For you to subscribe to my channel for more history and animation content.
Plankton, next time could you keep the boom out of the shot? Other than that, you're doing a super job.
This is humiliating. I'm not good at this boom thing.
Did somebody say boom?